And we're live. Okay, I like to say, hello, I'm Jack Cadis, because, people might not even know me.
Yeah.
This is the 26th episode of whatever it is that I'm doing here. And
Keeping it real.
Keeping it real, and I'm here with...
Lucas Derringer.
Alright, how fantastic is that?
The one and only.
Hey, thanks for being here. Thanks for having me.
Sure, Jack.
It's nerve-wracking, yeah?
Not really.
Oh, interesting. I feel sometimes I make these people, the guests that I have on, nervous.
You might find this hard to believe, but I've actually had some tastes of fame in my... before.
Fame?
Mm-hmm.
Do you really think that I have that much of a reach?
No, I mean, I've done 2 interviews.
Oh, have you?
Yes, and 1 promotional video.
Huh.
They were all from my hospital, so...
So you're experienced.
In a way, yes.
Well, there you go. You may have more than I do.
God help me.
So you mentioned the hospital, and one of the talking points is your condition.
Yes.
I just think, like, I try not to think too much about the cameras and what people watching are thinking, but I think what stands out about you the most is your condition, which I know nothing about.
Well, you're in luck. Oh, wait. Yeah, you are in luck, because I just put... Let's see. This past May, I posted my biography for a non-profit holiday called Wishbone Day, which is part of what's called National OI Awareness Week. Wishbone Day is when you wear yellow to support the OI community, such as myself. Yeah, for those of you who don't know me, probably quite a bit of you do, and some of you don't. I have what's called Type 3 osteogenesis imperfecta, which in translation means imperfect bones, as you can see. So, which also makes me more susceptible to fractures. And, I've had about 20 fractures in my lifetime and probably 12 surgeries. I hope I got that right, but if not, whatever. It also affects not just my general bones, but also my teeth. And my eyes. See?
What?
See how they bulge out?
Oh, is that because...
Yeah.
I don't understand. Would that be because the skull is a bone?
I have a big head, so that's why.
Hey, you know what they say to people with big heads? Big brains, am I right?
Mm-hmm. Like Sheldon Cooper.
Exactly. I love that show. Holy cow.
The rest of my story is on my Instagram page, where my biography is, that details my life history and so on and so on. But I will say that, excuse me, this disease doesn't just come with physical challenges. It also comes with mental challenges too.
Well, there you go. And hey, that's fantastic.
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah, right. That's, I guess... I think to myself, like, I'm not too sure what to say, I guess, but if you know me and you don't, but nice to meet you, I'll always find words to fill the space, and I could talk for forever and forever and forever and forever.
That makes 2 of us.
Yeah, well, that's why it's great that you and I meet on camera. Now, it's strange that there are cameras, and I've been thinking a whole bunch about this. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, in my head at least, why it takes two cameras for you and I to meet and sit down with one another. But when I look back on all the people that I've done this with and the time before I started doing this, I just see that divide where before these cameras I wasn't able to sit down and speak with these people.
Yeah.
And that makes me wonder, well, what did the cameras change? And I think to someone viewing or to someone that's not me, maybe it's obvious, but I just have a hard time finding the reason or the set of reasons that make it so all of a sudden, like, here I am sitting down with you, whom we've never spoken. I mean,
Not since middle school.
Exactly. So it's like, why does it take the cameras for you and I to... Now, also, and I'm so sorry, I didn't need this.
We haven't spoken to each other in person since middle school, but if you count through Instagram, then we haven't spoken since high school.
Yeah, and honestly, I find it hard to count Instagram, and I like, there's a big difference for me for online interaction and in-person interaction. I find it very hard to understand the online side of things. Like, if you're texting someone, I've never really got a good wraparound on the etiquette that's expected.
Oh, that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not too sure if it's because I didn't get I'm not sure how early you found yourself with a phone in your hand, but I thought I was a little bit late to the party. I think it was around high school that I actually had an iPhone, which then gives you the ability
13.
You were 13 years old?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't know what age I was, but when I did get it, I didn't necessarily have the social media, and once I did, it was like a lot. And people seemed to already have a really good grip on, like, what a Snapchat meant, or what an Instagram DM meant, or, like, what you do when you receive a text message. At least I thought so. So
yeah.
Because I saw myself as someone who didn't, then I like it's like that's grabbed onto the train that has been my experience communicating online till today. And today I mean, seriously, I'll send a text or get a text and I freeze. I don't know what to do. Or when I find myself
it takes time to think the messages through.
Right. And sometimes I find myself thinking through them too much. And like sometimes, like you said, sometimes you were messaging someone before we started.
Spencer.
Yeah, and you were like, come on, respond.
Don't blast him like that, please.
Oh, I wouldn't blast anybody.
Okay. Scratch that. You might want to edit that out. Never mind.
No, I'm sorry. I wouldn't mean to.
It's fine. His birthday passed, and I was just trying to make sure he got my message.
Yes.
His birthday passed. But, continuing.
I mean, like I said earlier, I can talk forever. I just, look, personally, sometimes I message somebody and they don't respond, and I text them again and again and again.
You know who I do that with?
Who? Really?
My mom.
Well,
she calls it text bombing.
And, talking about editing stuff out, didn't earlier she said, hey, don't talk about me.
All I said was that I text bomb her.
Yeah, right. I text bomb people too. But I'm talking about people that not related to me.
Yeah.
And in review, I'm not too sure. Like, it's almost like I bring it up because I haven't seemed to find a decision on whether or not I should have or not.
Yeah.
Is there anything in your past that you look back on and you're not sure you have, like, a verdict on?
Not a verdict, but I do have tons of regrets.
Do you really?
One of which, well, actually, yeah. One, I regret not hanging out with my squad more than I should have. 2. I regret not being advocate enough to do so. 3. I regret to not going to any of the high school dances. And that's because most or all of the people in my community deal with a good bit of isolation. Because we're delicate flowers. Like I said, we're fragile. Very fragile, as you can see. And speaking of fractures and surgeries, y'all might find it interesting to know that I have 2 rods, one in each arm.
Metal.
Huh?
Metal.
Yeah.
So you're half robot.
Yeah. You're not the first person to say that to me.
Oh yeah?
No. That's exactly what Mom said on the... yeah. I've got one here, which you can barely see anything. Then I've got another here. This one was from 2023. But the fracture was a year earlier. 2022. That's a separate story. This one was just recent. February 24.
You know, Lucas, can I interrupt you and say something?
Yeah.
It's quite fantastic how much stamina you seem to have in a space like this, speaking for an extended amount of time. I mean, when I began, I found myself like, holy cow, how do people do this for hours on end? It must be the previous interviews that you've done. I mean, I don't know. What do you spend a lot of time speaking?
Not really, but I've always gotten a good amount of. I've always gotten. How do I put this? I've always gotten a lot of attention back in my day. Because, well, you know. I guess you could say the 2 interviews that I did and the promotional video I did, which were all for the hospital, by the way, kinda gave me a head start. But yeah, there's more to me than most people think. I'm not being weird. I just want to show y'all a scar.
Gnarly.
You know what's in there?
No.
A port.
Whoa.
And here's why. A couple months ago, I got accepted into a drug trial for my disability. It's a drug to... Now, my history of bone infusions is kind of a separate story, but this one does 2 things. 1, prevents bone destruction, and 2, grows new bone. And I have been stuck so many times that my veins finally gave out on the... It wasn't the screening, it was the first infusion. My veins gave out, and I had to have a port, because if they kept fishing for vein after vein after vein throughout the study, they would have kicked me out.
Yeah.
So, but I'll tell you something. I was very hesitant to get this, because the last one I had almost killed me.
Oh yeah.
No, I mean literally.
So what pushed you over the edge? It's pretty brave. I don't think I'd go near it. What are the pros of this trial for you to say, okay, I'll get it?
Well, one, my personal favorite, a longer hospital stay compared to, with this drug, compared to the drug I had before.
You're a fan of the hospital. You know, that's interesting because a lot of people hate it.
Well, screw them.
Eloquently spoken.
Yeah. And it also allows me to have the option to save how does this go? It was on the forum, but
Hey, forms
you
are
know what
wrong.
I'm talking about?
No, I
It
don't.
allows me to save it allows me to help people with the study. Like
like because you're a part of the study, you now further the
save
research.
Huh?
If you further research and potentially save lives.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Save the research and so on and so on.
That is a great reason to want to do something like this. I gotta say. Hey, I know this is Xbox. Do you ever play?
No. You know who does?
Who?
Who's better?
Yeah, I gotcha. Moving on.
You know
So
who
what?
does?
Yeah, I gotcha.
What do you think I'm talking about?
Who else could you be?
Guess.
Oh, trust me, no need.
No, just say it.
Your mother.
Nope. My
Oh.
brother.
Oh, you have a brother. I didn't know.
And that drives me insane, Jack. His gaming drives me to the top of the roof.
Hey, but you know what? That's the thing about the ones that you love. Sometimes you absolutely hate what they do.
And, Wyatt, if you're watching this, I don't mean to blast you, but Jack has a right to know since this is a podcast and there are no rules and such and such. He's the reason this fracture happened.
I'm sure he didn't mean. Anyway, you know, we wouldn't like. I never want to. You know what I find sometimes on these shows? It's so interesting. I have to tell you, you'd think it'd be the exact opposite, but once you turn cameras on, and now I'm not saying you were about to say something that you might not want to say, because quite frankly, you're completely your own person, and I have no jurisdiction in the mind of Lucas Turner. But what I
Thank you
am,
very much.
of course, what I am saying is that I find sometimes that people I bring on around, you know, some mark, and it's weird once again because there's cameras, so it's being recorded. But I feel people default on like things that I don't know, I like wouldn't say otherwise, which is so strange to me because I've often had people, they message me afterwards and say, hey, can you take this down? And of course I oblige, because it's not, this is an act of service. Like I worked at a car wash quite a while ago. And
Audubell.
yes, you know it. And people will bring
I've
their,
seen your episodes.
people
I
will,
keep up to date.
that's very flattering. People come back in and they say, hey, you didn't clean my car right. You know, it's a service. It's a service industry, and what I'm doing for them, cleaning their car, is a service. So frankly, I'm in no place I clean their car again. I do whatever they say. That's the way the job works. It's a service. And it's the same with this. You know, you have agreed to do this with me, and for that I could not be more grateful. And just like everyone else, you know, if something needs to be cut out or something, you know, it goes out and you don't want it out, and then it goes down. It's like I'm sort of, you know, and if you wanted to take these cameras and go outside, or there are a million.
You want to
things.
have an even playing field.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, because it is like a lot for me to ask, you know. So at the very least, it's like I'm at your or whoever is in your seat's disposal. And
Yeah.
because of that, when people seem to start to say things that I'm like, huh, then I kind of, yeah, but I'm going on a tangent.
That you disagree with or something?
No. Never disagree. More so, wonder if, like I'm telling you, it's the strangest thing. It's almost like, yeah. I just want to make sure. No, maybe I shouldn't be. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe it's not like my place to worry about what others say. Maybe I'm having a real-time realization.
See, when you say that, it makes me... that really hits home, because... Wait, yeah. Again, nobody judged me here, but ever since I was little, I have been very, very nosy. So, I have a tendency to make everything my business. Like, others' conversations and whatnot. But that's just me. I know that sets a bad example, but it's part of who I am.
And, I disagree. I think being honest about your flaws sets a fantastic example.
Well, I'm saying focusing on other... I know that me thinking that everything is my business sets a bad example for others. But you're right, being honest does set a good example.
Do you have any life goals?
A lot.
Yeah?
I want to be a dad.
Yeah?
I want to be a husband. And, more importantly, I want to hang out with my squad as much as possible. Because ever since my parents got divorced, I didn't really have much of a life. There was the divorce, the move, my grandfather's passing, and a few incidents, for God's sake, can you give me a tissue, please?
Of course, where? A few instances where?
There you go.
Oh, it's the last one.
They're empty. No, hit. Oh. Alright. Thank you. A few incidents of mine. Like, I have had 3 fractures. Every 2 years since. No, wait. Well, yeah, since 2020. But I had one before that where I dislocated my elbow. Okay, left elbow 2019, right elbow 2020, left arm 2022, right arm 2024. But yeah, that prevented me from going to hang out with my squad and from going to any of the high school dances. And I didn't like how and about the dances, I didn't like how they did the ticket distribution.
Oh, yeah?
No. The time frame of that is what bothered me. They began distributing tickets at dismissal. And since I'm disabled, I leave 5 to 10 minutes early. And once I'm gone, my aide puts my chair in the SC building to be plugged in. Then she leaves. So there would have been no way in hell I was able to, well, yeah, there would have been no way, but I'm now starting to realize that she could have gotten a ticket for me and saved it, and then give it to me the morning after, the day after. that could have been a possibility.
Yeah, but
But
whenever I find myself going back and like this could have happened, this could have happened, I often trying to stop myself. Because it didn't. And when you talk about this or this, you have to realize there's infinite different things. So, if you want to think about something, that probably isn't the right thing to think about. Even honestly, the question that we began this discussion off with, life goals in the future, it's the same then, because the future you is just as not you as the past you is not you.
Dude, you put an S and ES after my name.
Yeah, I know, I'm sloppy.
But yeah, oh yeah, there was one other thing that kept me from having a normal life. I had to be sent to the children's ER in 2018.
Yeah.
Because, not to gross any of you out, but oh well.
Now
I've got it. Since 2008, I have had this, which is called an ostomy bag, because I started having digestion problems early on. But what got me a ticket into the ER is I'd been throwing up on popcorn, and the seeds had clogged my stomach. It was like a little ball of seeds. So yeah, rush to the ER. We were thinking they were going to do a surgery to remove the seeds, but it turns out you can do an enema. But it turns out that you can do an enema with the stoma. So when they did that, I just started passing it by myself. But yeah, that's one of the things that kept me from having a normal social life.
Well, normal is relative. Can I switch it? Can I ask you about movies and TV shows? Because I really liked how you included that topic.
Yep.
Now I ask.
Let's see. One movie that I've really gotten into, and has now become my all-time favorite, is the Disney movie Wish.
Wish. What's that one about?
It's in dedication to Disney's 100th anniversary, which happened last year.
So it's a new movie. I guess I must not have seen it.
The movie's from last year.
Right, new in the sense of, oh, that's a problem.
Is it about to die?
No, the memory's full. But that's why we have two cameras. Oh.
Well, we still got this one, so.
Yeah, right?
All is not lost.
Exactly.
I don't want to spoil anything, but it's about... There's this kingdom called Rosas, right?
Yeah.
Some would say it's called a kingdom of wishes. And the king of Rosas, King Magnifico,
I'm listening.
believes that he makes everyone safe, and keeps the wishes of Rosas.
I would watch that again and again and again.
Yeah, I know how you feel. I've watched Wish like 3 to 5 times. Once on Disney Plus, and the others on my DVD player, which you see is right next to me.
Yes, I do. TV shows? No?
Oh yeah.
You mentioned Sheldon. Do you watch
Yeah.
Young Sheldon or The Big Bang or both?
Both.
God, I love both of those shows. Aren't they great?
Yeah.
My cousin just got me into Young Sheldon. I love Young Sheldon. It's like the best thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's so
And
easy to watch. It's so awesome. He's just so relatable, I feel.
yeah, he is. I watch those. I watch Friends.
Friends is fantastic. Who's your favorite character?
Joey and Chandler.
You think? Why Joey and Chandler?
Or Shinobi.
I don't get. Oh, why? Like they have you are in the I don't know the term. Like you ship them?
Huh?
What do you mean Shinobi?
It's a combination of Chandler and Joey.
Yes, why combine them though?
It's... Because it's fun.
All right, there you go.
That's what everybody calls them.
My favorite character would probably be Joey. I have to say.
How you
I
doing?
like Ross. How you doing? You ever see The Office?
No.
That's a
But
good
I've
one, man.
seen-
You gotta see The Office.
Oh. Two Broke Girls. Mike and Molly.
Haven't seen either one of those.
2.5 Men.
Nope. Although I just did watch How I Met Your Mother.
You're
Sex and the
probably...
City?
Huh?
Sex and the City?
No. The Golden Girls.
No.
That's from the 80s, dude.
I know. I really should watch that one. The Bear? That's pretty new.
Huh?
The Bear?
Oh no.
Breaking Bad?
No.
Oh, you gotta see Breaking Bad, Lucas. Breaking Bad is like... There will never be anything like... How about SpongeBob?
Oh yeah.
Good. There we go. Me and my roommates, we say that if you didn't watch SpongeBob, then... You better.
Then screw you, right?
Yeah, exactly. You have a favorite SpongeBob episode?
I don't really have a favorite episode.
Neither do I. And I say that to my roommates and they say, oh, they like to make the joke that I didn't watch it.
You know what else I like?
What?
Phineas and Ferb.
Oh my goodness gracious.
That reminds me. I don't know if you saw my post, but they're rebooting it this year.
I did see it. And I was with my roommates when I saw it, and you have alerted all of us. Now, reboots are scary because we all know how SpongeBob's turned out. It's not the same. I'm not sure if you've seen any later episodes, but if
Wait. It's not rebooted.
Yeah, SpongeBob isn't rebooted, sorry. But I guess...
It made 2 spin-off series.
Oh, is it spin-off?
The Patrick Star Show and Camp Coral.
Oh, so there's no more...
SpongeBob's Under Years.
There's no
There
more...
is more. There's still SpongeBob.
Well, I'm sure you know what I'm saying.
They're running new episodes every day.
Yeah, like the new episodes of SpongeBob, they're not the same as the old. Like the humor has been watered down, and it's all to fit the network.
I guess it's part of the damn controversy.
Yeah, but with Phineas and Ferb, it's such a beautiful thing. I hope they get it right.
2.
Like
No,
the
wait.
Minecraft movie. Have you seen the trailer for that?
No.
God.
Wait, I've seen it pop up on my subscribers list.
Yeah, so they're making a movie, obviously, and the trailer has the community in outrage because I'm sure you're aware of how vast and comprehensive the community for Minecraft.
I used to play Minecraft, believe it or not.
I believe it. I mean, who didn't, right?
My brother still does.
Yeah, I love
Cheat
Minecraft. And the thing about it is, when you make a movie for such a big audience like that, there's lots of pressure on you to make it good. It's like Sonic. Do you remember that trailer in that movie?
Uh-huh.
People freaked out about that. It was live action.
I haven't seen the movie, but I've heard of it.
I didn't go see it either, so maybe I shouldn't talk down on it. But the reason I didn't see it is because of how people were like, "What even is this?" It seems more like
Did you see any of the new Illumination movies? The Super Mario Bros. Movie, Migration, Despicable Me 4.
No, but I wanted to see Despicable Me 4 and the Mario movie. I didn't get to theaters. I like to watch movies in theaters. Well, sometimes
You know what my philosophy is?
What?
With movies? I wait for the DVD.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Hey, that's not too bad of a philosophy, I have to say.
But the Fairly Odd Parents
Oh my goodness, that's a great one.
made 2 reboots. One didn't do so well, and the other did.
Yeah.
Fairly Odder was a 1-season bomb. A New Wish was a 1-season success. Plus, A New Wish brought back some of the old characters from the original show. You want me to say who?
I mean, yeah, I'm not sure I'd know, but
Vicky,
of course I know Vicky.
Crocker,
Oh my goodness.
AJ.
Yep. You ever watch, sorry to cut you off, Jimmy Neutron?
I have seen the crossover episode of
The Fairy Godparents.
Yeah. Fairly Odd Parents.
I
Jimmy to Me Power Hour is what it's called.
I remember that crossover episode as a kid. That blew my mind that they could have 2 characters in the same show.
Did you see the title zone? The crossover special, SpongeBob crossover special, with all 3 shows.
With
The Patrick Star Show and Camp Coral.
No, I'm not sure I've ever seen the Patrick Star Show or Camp Coral.
Bro.
It's good?
Yeah.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Huh.
Yeah. Camp Coral actually is in direct correlation to the 3rd SpongeBob movie, Sponge on the Run.
All right.
Same animation style. Same Camp Coral setting. But yeah, did you see the Sandy Cheek spinoff on Netflix?
No.
Saving Bikini Bottom?
Oh, the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I did. Although I don't have too good of a memory, I have to be honest with you.
Well, I'm lucky. I have a damn good memory.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I can remember stuff back from my youth.
Whoa. I can't even remember what I ate for breakfast this morning, and that was 3 hours ago.
God, this joint pain is killing me.
You okay?
Yeah, it's just when they did the rod, it reached under my elbow, and come to think of it, this elbow has been tampered with twice. They were going to do a surgery when I broke it in 2020, but it healed by itself, all by itself, with a little loss in range of motion. Now the rod reaches from here to here. Excuse me. But the one downside of having rods is that it causes your shoulders to be achy.
Hmm.
So, yeah. You don't know a secret?
Sure.
This fracture was so bad that I had to go to the ER.
Whoa.
And plot twist, I haven't been to the ER in years.
Whoa.
No, wait, that's not true. What I meant to say was I haven't been in an ambulance in years.
I've never ridden in. Oh, that's a lie. I've got my first ambulance story happened just this past year, and my first time going to the ER also in these past.
Damn.
Yeah, you wanna know what happened?
Please.
Which one first? Ambulance or?
Beats the hell out of me. Go with your
Okay.
gut.
Okay, that's what I'll do. Ambulance first. I was on a Lime scooter. Already a bad start, right? And it's a brick path. I'm on Peace Campus. Peace? William Peace College in Raleigh, North Carolina. Zipping through on.
Isn't that where you went before?
No, I've never been in a 4-year college. I've only been at a 2-year Wake Tech Community College. Regardless, I had applied at the time to William Peace, so I'm looking at the campus, right? And I am on a Lime scooter, going too fast. It's brick pathways. It's like pedestrian walkways. I'm on campus.
I wouldn't last 5 seconds on that campus in this chair.
Yeah. Oh my God. The bricks are covered with leaves because it's fall. And I'm going so fast, and there must have been one leaf, or I must have been looking up and not down, but it came out of nowhere. All of a sudden, the front tire of my scooter hits what is in place to hold one of those poles that keeps cars off, but there's no pole. It's just the root that holds the pole.
Yeah.
And that thing is metal, and it's not going.
One of those handicap poles.
Is it handicap? I thought it was to prevent a golf cart or a car from going down a walk path.
The only poles I've seen are handicap parking poles.
No, I don't think it was for a handicap parking. It wasn't. I think. Do you know like the Greenway, for example?
I want to say yes.
Well, just imagine. I'll try to explain it the best I can. It was a metal stump. So all of a sudden I'm going and I'm not going anymore. The handlebars flew into my gut and I fly over the front of the Lime scooter in like slow motion, and there's people around, and I'm on the ground, and I open my I think I passed out or something, because all of a sudden there's people all around me, like probably like 7 to 10, and I'm like,
it was like you were in a movie, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I was like, oh crap, am I messed up? And someone called an ambulance, and I didn't go to the hospital. There was 2 people in the ambulance. One was a super old guy that you could tell had been doing ambulance stuff since he could walk, and the other was like a recruit. And the recruit is all like moving real fast, taking my temperature and everything, and the old guy's just sitting there with his beer looking at me like, you don't need to go to the hospital, you're fine. So I took his advice and I didn't, and I was fine. Now the ER is a bit of an embarrassing story I have to tell you.
It couldn't possibly be any more embarrassing than the scooter, isn't it?
Well, you'd be surprised. I'm at a party, already a bad start, and I discover all of a sudden that I can open a glass beer bottle with my teeth instead of a bottle opener. Even now you're looking at me like, how stupid can this guy be? But trust me, the answer is more than you could ever imagine. So I do it, and then I do it again, and then I say, oh, I gotta, this is so cool. I gotta, and like, oh, will you open mine?
And then you bust your tooth, don't you?
I bite the lip of the glass instead of the cap to the bottle, and I chew through the glass, and I'm like the Joker. Blood's pouring out of my mouth.
Damn.
Yeah, that was a nightmare because it was during COVID, so we get
you didn't have it removed, did you?
Have what removed?
Your tooth.
No, my teeth actually were fine, but my gum, it was on the inside of my mouth.
You slit your gums.
Yeah. Like I chewed through glass, so all of a sudden there's tons of sharp glass in my mouth. So I'm in the ER, and it's like midnight, 1 a.m, and they finally get me back there, and she takes my height and weight and stuff, and then I'm on the table or the chair, and the guy comes in with this comically sized syringe and sticks it all the way back in my mouth. It's to numb what they're about to do. They're about to sew me up. And I'm like, all right, this is the worst part, and it was bad. But then the guy that comes, there's no guy after this. 3-4 hours pass, the numbing wears off. And I'm like, oh, crap. So then they walk in again with the same giant syringe, and I got to do it twice.
Yeah.
That was a nightmare. I got out of there at 5 in the morning.
3 teeth. I've lost my 2 bottom incisors and my left molar. Now, my incisors, like I said, my teeth are as fresh as my bones. See,
I do.
they're like little glass shards.
Yeah.
My incisors were broken below the root, so I had to have them removed. Guess if I didn't, we'd be looking at a major infection down the road.
I see.
Then my left molar. I'm eating something, right? And half of it chips off. We're gonna do a crown, but so much time had passed, it was too far gone, so this too had to be pulled. This too had to be pulled. Then, before all of that happened, I had a cavity that was so bad that that tooth had to be pulled too. So I guess you could say I've had 3 or 4 teeth pulled in my lifetime. Let's see. You wanna know a secret? You wanna know an interesting story? An interesting fact about me?
Please.
From when I was about from when I was little. Not when I was little. I think 2 or 3. To when I was 2 or 3 to 10 years old, I had to have a trach. Because when I was 2 or 3, I had pneumonia. And that's when they did the trach. Then, now, I said I was hesitant about the port, because like I said, the first one almost killed me. And here's how. Same scenario as it was with the drug I'm getting now. Couldn't find a vein, tried to hold me still couldn't. Tried to hold me still couldn't get a good access. So I did. So that's when I had my very first port. But it hadn't even been a whole day, and it flipped. So we go back to the hospital, and they flip it manually. But it flips again.
Well,
We go back again, and they flip it surgically, but this time it gets caught in scar tissue, which then led me to be septic with MRSA.
ugh.
That's how it almost killed me, and that's how I was so hesitant to get this one. But I have had no problems. The doctor anchored it good, and I hope this keeps on going. No problems, just a smooth ride.
All right.
God willing.
Are you religious?
I'm Presbyterian. Christian Presbyterian.
So you believe in God?
Yes.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why I say it like that. You're right to look at me like you're like, what is this guy saying? It's a topic of interest for me because I'm not sure if I am or not.
Well, yeah, but let's see. What else? Which one should we do next?
What do you think? Which one?
Well, religion has already been done. So being online, uh, like I said, I'm not a virtual person. Now, I'm more of a people person than a virtual person.
Really?
Yes, always have, always will be.
Me too.
Always have been, always will be. Um, I've always been. It's been very easy for me to make friends, but what some people believe, and I know this to be true, not that it happened to me, but it is common with people with disabilities. They tend to want to be with you in terms of they take pity on you.
Ah, yes. But
Like,
well, be careful with your wording, because how do you say is everyone?
no, hell no, not everyone.
And like
No, I'm saying like, damn it, Hunter said something about this a few weeks ago.
you must have a good memory if you really are close to recalling something someone said to you 3 weeks ago.
At long last. Um. Oh, how about that? I need to switch it. No. Damn it.
What's the sentiment, the general emotion behind it?
Being the center of attention. A friend of mine said, okay, damn it, where is it? They don't take pity on you. They pity you, and yeah. It involves being the center of attention. Like I said.
Like they are or you are?
What do you mean?
Well, like what center of attention in what context?
Like, we are the center of attention. Or at least we try to be.
Oh, interesting. Like
He said, and this guy has the exact same condition as I do.
oh, really?
Yes.
Wow.
It depends on what you want to be the center of attention for. I've purposely surrounded myself with well-known and wealthy people. Center of attention for OI alone, or autism, or stuff like that. I feel like the majority of the time, they pity you, and there's no real respect. Thankfully, I have never had that problem.
But how would you know?
Because, to my knowledge, no one has ever taken pity on me.
Yeah,
they've just respected me as a friend.
But wouldn't you have to also agree that your knowledge has boundaries?
That my what?
Well, your knowledge can only go so far.
Yeah.
I mean, as much as it's trust and faith, but you really can't know what I may be thinking or what others may be thinking.
Right.
But I think the way you think about it is the right way. Because why would you want to tell yourself, oh, people just take pity on me? Because if you tell yourself that, it becomes true. You know?
But I've never found it to be true. That's the thing.
Well,
I've always had my squad. I've always had a very good.
I got it.
I've always had a very good support group or circle of friends, if you will. That hasn't changed, and it never will. But he goes on. Center of attention because you're doing the absolute best. You can with your OI, and and your personality shines through, and you are showing people that you're thriving despite this, the disability. Center of attention because someone says, "Oh, look, that kid's in a wheelchair." That's not okay. Saying that,
But you are in a wheelchair.
well, yeah, but there's more to that statement than people realize. Like, and this has happened to me on numerous occasions. We tend to get stared at a lot, which I get that they're curious, but kind of makes us uncomfortable. Because I'm a human being just like everybody else. Everybody's a human being, despite the disability, and despite your flaws. It's like Isaac said in one of your episode with him. Um, Despite all my derogatory terms and flaws, I try to be the best person I can. That's what he said, and I am all for it. I'm a human being. You're a human being. My mom's a human being. Which, side note, she too is disabled. Um, despite your disability, mental or physical, you are still the same person. That's what I believe, and that's what everybody else believes. But like I said, I am very, very thankful that I have had the best group of friends I have that I that I have the best group of friends ever, and that includes you.
Hey, right back at you. You know, you speak with quite a grabbing tone. Like, I like how you say, "This is what I believe, and this is what everyone else believes." You ever thought about running for president?
Huh? Oh God, no. You couldn't even be president even if you tried.
You know, it really is. There's a certain like.
Oh, whoops, forgot. There we go. Continue.
I just enjoy it. Throughout this conversation, the way that you approach topics is very like straightforward and direct, and I really enjoy
And
that.
it gets the point, and it helps get the point across.
It does. It's efficient
gives-
and effective, and you don't wait for anybody to confirm or assist. You're sort of like, listen, this is what I'm saying, so listen.
Yeah.
It's
And
effective.
I mean business.
And
I mean business.
I know it's effective, and I can tell you mean business, and it's passionate, and that's what I think a lot of people would benefit from trying to sound like, trying to, you know, like it, I think without that dance of speaking, it can be hard to even realize that you have points to make in the first place, because the way you are reaffirms what you do, and what you do reaffirms the way you are. So you got to start somewhere, and I think sometimes people find themselves like not willing to speak out about anything, so they.
And like I said earlier, my disability not only comes with physical challenges, but mental challenges too. Like, because we deal with isolation and a bunch of other crap, we have a tendency to lash out sometimes. But despite that, again, I am still the exact same person I was before.
I mean, like you said, you're a human being. All human beings lash out.
Yeah. All human beings have bad days. All human beings have personal issues. Us in particular. Because we're, like I said, we deal with a good bit of isolation throughout. We spend most of our lives being isolated. We do, and so, well, people with OI do, and
Thank you.
um, he he is autistic, and I think I could be wrong, but this is just an assumption. I think he deals with isolation, but I'm not sure.
Well, even people that don't have these conditions deal with isolation. Do you
Yeah.
know? I mean, a lot of people, me included.
And some people enjoy isolation.
Well, they might.
Which I-
It's almost like enjoying being drunk. It's like, sure, it's fun in the moment, but long term, it's really not good for you.
But it may be fun at first.
Loneliness
But-
is never the answer.
Never has been, never will be, Jack.
Damn straight.
But it might be fun at first, but as you go on, as you get on through the years, it becomes a series of boredom and frustration.
Yep. All right. Well, we better find a time to some sort of wrap up for this, don't you think? I never know how to end these. I have to be honest with you.
Neither do I. I just talk until I have nothing more to talk about.
Which could be forever, you know.
Uh-huh.
But I've never had a return guest, and I'd love to have you back on at some point in time.
Thanks, dude. I'd be happy to. When are you coming back to Charlotte?
That is something that I'm embarrassed. My schedule is not concrete at all.
It's fucked up.
Yeah, I basically know maybe what I'm doing tomorrow, but that's not even for certain.
What are you doing tomorrow?
I have to go to Raleigh. I have work.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But yeah, now the drinking water topic goes back to my popcorn story, which, by the way, ever since that happened, I haven't touched one kernel of popcorn
That's so
lately.
sad. I love popcorn.
But that doesn't really bother me. I guess you could say I'm digestively allergic to popcorn now. But that incident was also the result of my water intake. I was so sick that I decided to cut off my water intake, and that's when things started taking a turn for the worse. I started throwing up. God, that was dreadful. But yeah, I've always had a good friend group. I've been able to make others laugh. A lot of what I say or most of what I say is intended as humor.
Humor is a crazy thing, isn't it?
Yeah, but
Because
it's like Chandler said in Friends. You have to pick your moments.
Oh, I like that quote a whole bunch. Do you think you might make it as a stand-up comedian?
I would love to.
I think
that might be.
you would rock a stage. I have to say.
I don't know if you saw my post from a few months ago, but I have a job now.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Where do you work?
I actually work for one of my mom's college friends. His cousin had pancreatic cancer, and she too was up for a drug trial, but it spread to her liver, and she died last December.
I'm sorry.
She died last December, and that's when I met him. And he was inspired by my story. That he hired me to be his quote unquote motivational coach for his book. And if that goes well, he'll refer me to others for coaching. But as of recently, I might become a voice actor soon.
Really? Whoa.
He got in touch with the person who runs a business called National Association of Voice Acting, and he wants me to write a letter of interest to her and then give myself some training to immerse myself in the craft.
Well, you better.
I'm gonna. I need to figure out how to phrase the letter though. We're also he's writing a book on AI, and I remember seeing that, watching that part of you, Kendall, and Quinn talk about how AI works right now, but might take over in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Believe it or not, AI can also help with disabilities, like my disability, OI, um, EDS, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which is what my mom has, um, ALS. Like, you know who Stephen Hawking is?
Yes.
He had ALS. Um, all sorts of physical disabilities and mental conditions too. ADHD, OCD. Um,
In what ways does this can?
it's kind of a long story.
Yeah.
If you want, I can send you the document.
Please do that. Yes.
Um, he's also, yeah, and that's he's writing it. Actually, no, he and I are writing a chapter on how AI can help with disabilities, and I have been made co-author.
Nice. That is amazing. You better include that in your letter to the voice acting.
Yeah. Well, maybe I will, but I think she's gonna want to know my background,
Yeah, of course.
which, incidentally, I have done 4 school productions, three, three in elementary school, and 1 in middle school. So, oh, and I've also done Odyssey of the Mind in elementary school too. So I guess you could say those productions kind of gave me a head start. I guess you would say. Um, but yeah, I just keep putting one foot in front of the other.
Great way to put it. That's a fantastic way to put it.
Hobbies. You want to know what my hobby is?
Please.
DVDs.
You've got them?
Mm-hmm. I have a wide range of DVDs, Jack.
I
But
believe.
you know what? You want to know my biggest collection of DVDs is?
What?
Disney.
Yeah? You're a huge Disney fan?
Huh?
A huge Disney fan?
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch Wish. I'll watch it tonight.
Moana 2 is also coming out.
Oh, really? I gotta rewatch the first one. That was a great film. You could voice act for one of those movies. I could see it.
Yeah. um. Oh. Um. That promotional video I told you about.
Yeah.
That was part of the hospital. Was for a hospital event called Hope Builders, which is to raise money for the hospital and whatnot. It's basically a fundraiser. But I have done 2 interviews to promote the hospital.
Yeah.
You want to know a secret?
Yes.
Levine Children's Hospital wasn't built until 2007.
Oh, was it not?
No.
Huh.
I've done 2 interviews to promote that hospital. one of which I have on DVD back there.
Oh, do you ever go and rewatch yourself?
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. Okay, Lucas, I have to cut you off. We're gonna have to end this.
Damn it.
I know. Hey, you said you'll be back on.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then that's that. I guess closing words. Thank you. Goodbye.
Well, that's your closing words. But if you want to know more about me, check my Instagram page. Until then, live long and prosper. Wait,